Good Wednesday morning. It's November the 19th, and you are watching the Kaiser Report. Welcome back, everybody. We have a few things to go over today, a lot of it about our Congress and some of the shenanigans that are going on there. As you saw in the opening thumbnail there, we have a very puzzling government anymore with regard to what Congress is up to and what's going on with cover-ups on this, that, and the other thing. But the latest thing is them screaming from the left side of the aisle about the release of the Epstein files. They got what they wanted, and then they didn't like the result. This seems to be the way of Congress any longer, especially on the left side of the aisle. But there's been an expose on several individuals that are on the Democratic side and some on the Republican side. They're not as innocent as you might think. They brought up for censure one of them yesterday, which is this lady that's from the Virgin Islands that was being prompted by text by Jeffrey Epstein to try to put away Donald Trump in some past negotiations that were going on through Congress. She's caught at it now, and several other people. One has already resigned, and this one went to censure yesterday and was voted down. The censure was voted down. This is pure, unadulterated corruption as far as I'm concerned. It should have gone the other way, but this Congress is the most hypocritical bunch of people I've ever witnessed in my entire life.
The House will be in order. For what purpose does the gentlelady from Florida seek recognition?
I have a parliamentary inquiry.
The gentlelady from Florida will state her inquiry.
I was wondering if the Speaker of the House of Representatives can explain why leadership on both sides, both Democrat and Republican, are cutting back-end deals to cover up public corruption in the House of Representatives from both Republican and Democrat members of Congress.
The gentlelady has not stated a proper parliamentary inquiry.
Thank you very much, but I think the American people know what happened tonight.
They say one thing and do another. They say they want the Epstein files released, and when Donald Trump said go ahead and release them, they don't like what they got.
What do we want?
The Epstein files released!
When do we want it?
Today!
Okay. Release the Epstein files. What? I said release the Epstein files right now.
Do you mean like right now?
Yeah. Release all the Epstein files right now.
Donald, come on, there's no rush.
No, seriously, I'm giving you an order. Release the Epstein files.
Come on, Trump.
I mean, we've waited 6 years for those files. Well, what's a few more days?
Yeah, the Epstein files are like totally not even real anyway.
Yeah, what difference does it make?
Yeah, I gotta agree with these guys. I mean, there's way more important things that we could be doing right now.
Yeah, let's just forget about it. It's not even that big of a deal.
Wait a minute. All of a sudden, you guys don't care about the Epstein files?
What Epstein files?
For the last time, release the Epstein files. Donald, honey, listen. There's a process. I mean, you can't just release things willy-nilly. That's not how files work, so these things take time.
Yeah, Trump, I mean, technically, these are classified files. I mean, double classified, maybe even triple classified. I mean, we're talking about national security here. I've actually already seen the files years ago, and there's nothing to see. Just a bunch of boring emails. I'll delete them if you want.
You do nothing, Democrats are hilarious. And Marjorie Trader Green, I thought you wanted the list released.
I was just being sarcastic. For clicks.
See, this is what I do. Beautiful 5D chess. For years, you Democrats and Rhino scream, release the files! When you think I won't do it. But the second I say release the files, you all panic. Because you know what's actually in there. I just got every single one of you on camera begging for the thing you're most terrified of. That's called checkmate.
It's one thing after another. You'll see here later when we look at what does it all mean. You'll see later that it is hypocrisy on top of hypocrisy. It is unbelievable, the scams and the vignettes that they will put on to mesmerize the entire population of the United States, and aided and abetted by the media programs that make it all possible and make it all believable to you, that you really believe that there's something being done, that you may believe that someone is actually investigating why the attempted assassination on our president, 2 of them, were covered up. What was going on with Thomas Cook? It takes somebody to come out with a podcast to get people to realize that you weren't told the truth about that. The Russian hoax, this, that, and the other thing that is the headline of the day. It's all theatrics. Congress is a theater of misinformation and lies. This is not a theatrical platform to be working in when you're elected to go in and do the job of the people. Not elected to go in and spend the people's money on programs that mean absolutely nothing or will bring no good to our country or generate no revenue or jobs for our country, to take care of people that came into this country illegally, then defend the criminal element that gets in the country by sitting lawmakers. It doesn't make much sense, does it? Then you have ABC with a show like The View that will come out and call our president a liar. And an audience there applauding every word that they say, forgetting that we had a liar-in-chief for 4 years that couldn't even tell the truth when it came to whether or not he was an 18-wheeler driver. This is all on film, folks. We don't have to make this up. But how quickly they cover up anything that Biden said or did that was an out-and-out lie. But everything that Donald Trump does, that, by the way, is helping this country be wealthy again, be healthy again, and putting law and order back into cities that you and I can walk down the street of without being accosted. But yet these cows on this show, The View, will have this to say.
So last night, Trump made a speech to executives at his favorite fast food restaurant, McDonald's. I think he likes the Golden Arches, where he took credit for saving the country from financial ruin. Take a look.
Welfare was going up. Everything was going up. Government jobs were going up. Real jobs were going down. So you would have had that catastrophe. You probably would have had a bankrupt country. You are so damn lucky that I won that election. I'm telling you. The Biden administration started the affordability crisis, and my administration is ending it. I'm ending it. Prices are way down. No matter who you are, everyone loves something at McDonald's. There's always something to have. I like the fish. I like it. You could do a little bit more tartar sauce, though, please. Seriously.
I just can't believe he just lies like that. He's just lying.
Everything that comes out of his mouth
You
seems
can't have
to
to
be a
wait.
lie.
After 10 years of Donald Trump, you can't believe he lies?
It's still shocking to see someone, but it's still shocking to me. It is. You know why, Anna? It is shocking to me to see someone that holds the office of the presidency of the United States lie to the American people over
Well,
and over.
politicians
It should
tend to-
not be normal.
Can I show you something?
I promise you, if I'm elected president, you're going to see the single most important thing that changes in America is we're going to cure cancer. We have the 8th largest black population in the country, and between all minorities, we have 20% of our state is minority. And so I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home politically.
How the hell did this ever happen to our country?
It made sure that we are in a situation where you had no circumstance where they could come across the border with the number of border police there are now. We significantly increased the number of asylum officers. By the way, the Border Patrol endorsed my position.
Almost immediately after he said that, the Border Patrol Union posted this on X, quote, "We never have and never will endorse Biden."
Think about that.
It is shocking to me to see someone that holds the office of the presidency of the United States lie to the American people over and over.
The pandemic was so badly handled. Many people were dying. All he said was, it's not that serious. Just inject a little bleach into your arm. You'll be all right.
Now, President Biden also made false claims, at least 9 false or misleading statements on first count. I'll give you some of them. He said billionaires pay 8.2% in taxes. It's much higher. He said Trump told Americans to inject bleach amid COVID. We know Trump made foolish comments about scientists studying disinfectant injection, but didn't frame it as advice to people.
Because they're afraid of Donald Trump. Afraid of Donald Trump. Every day between now and November, the American people are going to know that the only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump and his MAGA Republican friends.
Federal data first obtained by CBS News shows that unlawful crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border fell to the lowest annual level in more than 50 years in fiscal year 2025. Also, it marks a significant drop from the 2022 record high of 2.2 million that was under former President Joe Biden.
Secretary blaming the script. Take any blame for inflation, Mr. President?
Taking blame for inflation? No.
Correct. Why not?
Because it was already there when I got here, man. Remember what the economy was like when I got here? No president's had the run we've had in terms of creating jobs and bringing down inflation. It was 9% when I came to office. 9%. I think inflation has gone slightly up. It was at 9% when I came in, and it's now down around 3%.
So inflation was nowhere close to 9% when President Biden took office. In January 2021, it was 1.4%. So the president is making it sound like inflation today, which is 3.5%, is lower than when he took office. It's actually substantially higher.
Lie to the American people over and over.
Close your eyes. Remember what you saw on television. Remember seeing those neo-Nazis and Klansmen and white supremacists coming out of fields with lighted torches, veins bulging, spewing the same anti-Semitic bile heard across Europe in the 30s. Remember the violent clash that ensued between those spreading hate and those with the courage to stand against it. And remember what the president said when asked? He said there were, quote, very fine people on both sides.
Fact-checking site Snopes finally debunking Democrats' claims that then-President Trump in 2017 called neo-Nazis and white nationalists, quote, very fine people. Snopes now labeling that claim false, writing, quote, in a news conference after the rally, Trump did say there were very fine people on both sides, referring to the protesters and the counter-protesters. He said in the same statement he wasn't talking about neo-Nazis and white nationalists, who he said should be condemned totally.
Come on, man. Come on.
I just can't believe he just lies like that. He's just lying.
The workforce is getting older. Not that I am, but they are. I used to drive a truck. It's a long story. Anyway, it's getting hard. And I thought I was going to get to drive one of these suckers today. But anyway, it's another story, too. Anyway, besides, I used to drive an 18-wheeler. You know what I did?
He's all about disinformation. Pilots come in, he said, I used to fly a plane. Truckers come in. I used to drive a truck. People come in from Minnesota. I used to live in Minnesota. Right? He is so full of shit, this guy. Terrible.
Come on, come on. I can't drive this.
It's very interesting why the FCC has not pulled the license of ABC. It goes against all the rules and regulations that were put forth years ago. But yet, they get away with it. And then you have CNN and MS Now, or whatever they're calling themselves. It should be MS Liars, that back up everything that they say with untruths or shaded truths. They will take something he says on Air Force One and bend it just enough before it breaks and then feed it to you. This is a theatrical thing that is taking place in the news media. It's a theatrical thing that's taking place in the houses of our lawmakers, Senate and House. You have theatrical people there. Look at Chuck Schumer. Look at Nancy Pelosi, Jamie Raskin, the Brooklyn Barack, right there, Hakeem Jeffries. He's a dime store Obama, who, by the way, now that the emails are out, benefited immensely from his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Campaigns funded by him. This is a guy that's telling you there's nothing to see here, that it's all Donald Trump's fault. Let's get Donald Trump at any cost. I, for one, am sick and tired of people trying to tear down Donald Trump. Is he the greatest guy in the world? Is it somebody you want to have Thanksgiving dinner with? Probably not. But does he know what he's doing, and has he been successful at what he's doing? It's the head of our government. In his past term and in this term, the answer is astoundingly yes. Just yesterday with the Saudi prince, we're benefiting. The taxpayers are benefiting. The Medicare recipients that are on Social Security benefited last month. Did you think you heard a word in mainstream media about getting a reimbursement from the overcharges from Medicaid and Medicare, which were full of fraud? The Democratic side, for some reason, fights against you knowing about the fraud and the bad behavior and money spending of their party. They want to make you believe every day that things are unaffordable and it's all Donald Trump's fault. The unaffordability in this country is a Democratic result of their governing. Has nothing to do with Donald Trump. If anything, he's reversing it. But to turn a ship into the wind, to be able to launch new programs, takes time. To stop a train that's going down a track, it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. We're looking at 9-10 months of some great accomplishments here that no one ever mentions. Maybe if you're lucky enough to watch enough Fox News, they'll say something good. We have a president that actually cares. You've heard everything about January 6th, about the Epstein files, about this, that, and the other. All vignettes to keep you from asking real questions. You want to know what an insurrection really is? Listen to the lawmakers that put out their TikTok video telling the military people you don't have to follow any orders.
Democratic lawmakers putting out a shocking video urging members of the military to, quote, refuse illegal orders. But their message could be backfiring with accusations of hypocrisy raining down on the party of no kings. Mike Emanuel has the latest on that. Hey, Mike.
Griff, good morning. Some of the bigger national security names in the Democratic Party put out a video telling our men and women in uniform they can ignore some orders.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller on X writing, quote, Democrat lawmakers are now openly calling for insurrection. Missouri Republican Senator Eric Schmidt saying, quote, at the end of the day, they're mad the American people chose Trump, and now they're calling on the military and intelligence community to intervene. Sounds a little subversive to democracy-ish. Then there's this reaction from Texas Senator Ted Cruz.
Look, Democrats, unfortunately, their base within the government is the deep state. It is left-wing partisans who in the first Trump administration openly waged war with the president. And that's Democrats calling on the armed services to fight against President Trump, the CIA to fight against President Trump.
Then there's Washington Democrat Congresswoman Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez going after her colleague, Congressman Chuy Garcia of Illinois. Garcia initially filed to run for re-election, but then announced he would retire, ensuring his chief of staff would be the only Democrat on the primary ballot. The effort deeply divided Democrats, accusing Garcia of election subversion.
Therefore, be it resolved that the House of Representatives disapproves of the behavior of the representative from Illinois, Mr. Garcia.
You don't have to listen to your commanders, the commander-in-chief. Let me assure you, the military is built on chain of command. And we also have oaths that are taken to say that you will follow those orders. When you have sitting lawmakers come out with a TikTok telling police and government officials and the military not to follow orders if they don't feel like it, that's going beyond woke. That's traitorism. And that is an insurrection. And every one of those people that uttered these terms on that TikTok to the American public should be arrested today and put on trial for treason. But yet, it's just perfectly okay when the left does it. Let's not even look over there behind that curtain, because then Congress has to make a decision. Take a look.
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow.
I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
And the intelligence community.
Who take risks each day
To keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
And intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
like us. You all swore an oath
To protect and defend this Constitution.
And right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad,
but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
No one has to carry out orders that violate the law
or our Constitution.
We know this is hard.
And that it's a difficult time to be a public servant.
But whether you're serving in the CIA,
The Army,
Our Navy,
The Air Force.
Your vigilance is critical.
and know that we have your back.
because now, more than ever,
The American people need you.
We need you to stand up for our laws,
our Constitution,
and who we are as Americans. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up the ship.
That is an insurrection. That is a call of a traitor. They should not remain in the lawmaking seats that they're in right now. You think for a minute that anything will be done about that? I highly, highly doubt it. We have a Congress that's in it to be in it. It's a club. We're not part of that club. And whatever they decide to cover up or protect each other with, you know, it's like two lawyers being together in an opposing situation. Take a divorce or a lawsuit over an accident. These guys are fighting against each other, and then later on that night, they're sitting there having their little whiskey together and laughing at you. This is what your Congress is doing to you now. The proof of that pudding is this woman that was texting back and forth with Jeffrey Epstein in a hearing to get Donald Trump. They wouldn't censure her. The vote didn't pass. What does that tell you? I think I'm angry over that, and I think you should be angry over that if you're not already. Let's take a look at that.
I was wondering if the Speaker of the House of Representatives can explain why leadership on both sides, both Democrat and Republican, are cutting back-end deals to cover up public corruption in the House of Representatives from both Republican and Democrat members of Congress.
Representative Anna Paulina Luna blasted members of Congress for failing to censure Democratic Virginia Islands delegate Stacey Plaskett. Plaskett was accused of being coached by disgraced financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein through text messages to question former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen during a 2019 House Oversight Committee meeting. Luna said the reason the censure vote was unsuccessful was due to a deal several members of Congress made to protect Representative Corey Mills from a similar fate. She tweeted, quote, "The swamp protects itself." Other GOP members of the House echoed Luna's statements. Representative Lauren Boebert says, quote, "The district's industrial corruption complex is hereby protected." Representative Kat Cammack also accused several House Republicans of taking, quote, "a dive" on the censure vote.
It's almost incredible, the puzzle that is our legislative branch of government right now. Yeah, they want to socialize everything and make things easier for themselves. They want to become a Politburo of filthy rich people that have the workers working for them. That's not how our Constitution was developed to be. Somebody needs to tell these socialists that want to bring Marxism, communism, and everything free for everybody on the back of the worker to get out of their positions. The foreigners that are infiltrating into our Congress with bad behavior should have been censured and put out of Congress. Yet they still sit there. They sit there with opinions that are harmful to the United States of America, a country which they profess not to love. Their allegiance goes to Somalia or wherever they come from. Why are they here? They're here for a reason. They're infiltrators. This is the whole reason we had open borders for so long, that are trying to be cleaned up now, which they are. Law and order is being brought back to certain cities. The Democratic elites that run those cities don't want that to happen. I guess it's all about a vote for them, and they don't care if a murderer, rapist, or child molester is living in their cities. They don't want them rounded up. In some cases, you'll have lawmakers go try to get them out of jail. This is all happening before your very eyes and covered It's underlying noise to media. They'd rather say, let's go against ICE and let's not clean up anything lest someone loses a vote. I mean, it's almost incredible. The puzzle that is our government. We have a great leader, a leader that will get the job done, is getting the job done against every roadblock from every radical judge that thinks that he can override the President of the United States, or she. And then we have to waste time going to the Supreme Court to get a reversal, or to a appeals court to get a reversal. Time is money. And money is what we're bringing into this country. Gasoline prices are down. Affordability is totally on the back of the Democrats, not on the Republicans. Maybe a few. But if you think about it, gas is now, I passed a place this morning that was at $2.51 a gallon. All but California, where they pay more in California for a gallon of gas than you will in Hawaii, which is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Things are coming down. It takes time. He's got to do what he promised. He's doing it bit by bit against all odds. We have to give the man a break. And that means getting the media off his back and this lousy Congress away from railing against everything that he tries to do. And who's doing the railing against it? It's the foreign aspect of our government officials, and it's the geriatric aspect of our government. It's incredible when you stop and listen to Maxine Waters or Bernie Sanders or any of these past their cell-bite people that are still in Congress, taking up a seat and doing nothing for their constituency. It's almost funny if it wasn't so sad. So, what does it all mean? We have a clown to tell you that. Take a look here.
You know what we're not talking about? Exactly. That's the joke. That's always the joke. How many times are we going to do this dance? Tomorrow. Tomorrow the list drops. Well, guess what? Today the House and Senate pass that shiny little bill. 427-1 in the House. Unanimous in the Senate. Now it's sitting pretty on President Trump's desk, waiting for his inspection. And guess what? The Democrats already have their blame Trump scripts ready to read. But here's the punchline. Tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into the next scandal. And the next scandal turns into another season of Real Housewives of Congress. Oh, and you keep hitting that refresh button like lab rats begging for another pellet. They're laughing at you. All of them. Red tie, blue tie. Same circus. Different clowns. While you're busy arguing about whose name might be on a PDF that'll finally see daylight, ask yourself, where are the victims in all this? The Epstein survivors, the ones who've been screaming for justice for years. They're up in the gallery today, cheering and crying, but have you heard their stories? Their accusations? The names they've been naming since day one? No. Because this isn't about them. It's not about the real monsters who flew on those planes, who hid behind NDAs and payoffs. It's about a distraction, a feel-good vote to pat themselves on the back while the actual files gather dust. Oh, and those victims? Silenced, bought off, or just ignored. Because if we listened to them, we'd have to face the truth. Their accusers are the same power players we're pretending to chase. They're going after Fauci for the 47th time and nothing happens. No real investigation, no charges for the lies, no lockdowns, the origins cover-up. They're going after Soros. He's still buying district attorneys like Pokemon cards. No probes into the billions funneled to chaos. Oh, going after Obama, Clinton, Schiff, Brennan. Hundreds of crimes, spying lies to FISA courts, weaponized IRS, endless corruption scandals, and not one real indictment. Not one! They're draining the swamp, and the swamp just installed a new hot tub with your tax money. $38 trillion in debt, kids. Department of Education? Oh, still here, churning out more obedient drones. EPA? Oh, still here, regulating your straw while China builds coal plants. And another 10,000-page spending bill that nobody will read. Oh, they dangle the same rotten carrots every cycle. Epstein, Russia, laptop, J6! And every time you bite, they slip another chain around your neck while you're looking the other way. Politicians aren't focusing on any of it. The lab leaks, the election meddling, the insider trading, the endless parade of felonies from DC's elite. Hundreds of crimes buried under this circus. Why? Because they're all in on it. Both sides. Crushing Antifa. Eliminating radical Islamic threats. Fixing election integrity. Oh, scary words. Run in circles. Scream at your uncle on Facebook. Meanwhile, your borders are sieves. Your dollar's a punchline. And your representatives are insider trading millionaires who wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. Well, unless there was a photo op in it. They don't even hide it anymore. They pass the bill at 3 a.m. and laugh on their way to the private jet. And tomorrow morning, they'll be back on TV. You're not citizens. You're an audience. And the show never ends because you keep buying tickets with your attention. Your rage, your hope. Oh, especially your hope. That's the best part. You still think someone's coming to save you. They're not coming to save you. And they're not laughing with you. They're laughing at you. See you at the next Nothing Burger, folks. Same time, same channel.
Incredibly true. Every word that he has uttered is true. It's what's happening. This is what we see. This is what we hear. And this is what we're being inundated with. It's time for us to pick up a phone, write a letter, send text, send emails to your lawmakers and tell them what your thoughts are. Tell us here on the Kaiser Report. You have a comment section below. Let me know what you're thinking. We'll pass it on. We have some really good representatives and senators in our Congress, but they're just a handful against a mass of Democrats that are never going to get over the fact that they lost an election and they lost some power. So they'll try to redistrict things. They'll try to do everything in the book to destroy what good is being done right now so they can get back in power and do more and spend more of your tax dollars in the wrong avenues that bring nothing back to our people. So that'll take us to an exit, a quick exit into Stupid Town, and we'll wrap things up after that.
So this is what it's come to. This is what it's come to with DoorDash and customers. Now I have to weigh every order. Apparently things are getting lost where DoorDash and the customers have to make sure everything is weighed. See what I mean? They're going by the ounces now, guys. Just so you know. So if you guys are thinking there's food missing because we stole it, yeah, you can't use that excuse no more. Yeah, that's the world we live in now, guys.
No! Hello. Get in the house.
It was really full, too.
All right, thanks so much.
Hello. A few moments later.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? I want to know your name. I want to know your name. Don't record. I want to know your name. You want to steal? You're doing it to the wrong person. The wrong person. You can call the cops. You're in the wrong for stealing. You're in the wrong for stealing. You're in the wrong for stealing. Why are you trying to steal? Okay, so next time, don't try to steal. Next time, don't try to steal. People won't do that shit. What's your name? Tell me your name. All right, tell me your name and I'll get out. I want to talk to the manager. Okay, 1 second. Hi, how can I help you? What the f is your problem? Gosh, you don't want to make no money here at this restaurant. I guess we don't. Well, what the hell are you doing? You cannot record me. That is against my HIPAA law.
Oh, and one more thing. Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again.
It wasn't enough!
I hope very soon not to have to ask you for money. But until then, I'm asking for you to go to transition2025.com and give whatever you can. Still asking for your help because we need to raise $4 million in total. So January 1st can be the day we start to deliver.
We're not arguing, we're conversing.
Well, actually, because you guys aren't actually coming in with an open mind, I've read your website and also Choice 42. You guys are actually not even here about the abortion thing. You're about here trying to change the culture, but you're asking us to have an open mind. Why would we do that when you guys are not coming here in good faith?
You okay?
I've read your stuff, so I've decided we're going to talk.
Your heart rate's elevated,
because I read all your stuff.
If we were sitting at a poker table, I'd have all your chips. Just you can calm down.
Because we're not at a poker table.
I know. You calm down. You came in here and you said that we are closed-minded and that we're not interested in having conversations.
Said that. Your website is the one that said that.
That said what?
That you guys are here to change the culture.
Oh, yeah, no, we are.
Absolutely means you are not here to have a conversation.
We are.
Meet in the middle. In fact, your guys' online website says that you have no interest in any kind of meeting of the middle, any kind of compromise.
Well, I wrote and read pretty much everything on the website. So what we want to do is we want to converse. Of course, I'm very convinced of the view.
I hope you enjoyed that short visit to Stupid Town today. There is more idiocy to be had. All you have to do is just go through some of these platforms, and TikTok is just ripe with idiots that are out there showing you how much mental instability exists in this country. And it's being driven and fed by the media and by some of our lawmakers. Never forget that, especially going into a midterm election and then look at 28. I understand that Kamala's already campaigning. That'll be a welcome laugh and a half because she never ceases to amuse me anyway. So with that, have a great rest of this Wednesday. Keep in touch. Let us know what your thoughts are here in our comments section. Let us know what you'd like us to look into next or where you would like us to visit next. I'm sure you all got to see the three spots we were just in. Kaiser and I visited Bedford Springs, Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., and New York City recently and posted it. So take a look, especially at the Veterans Day parade footage we had there. And don't forget, we have a library full of commentary that you can look at. And please stay tuned And remember, stay safe, stay strong, and stay tuned to us here at the Kaiser Report for more interesting information, a look-see around Appalachia and wherever else we wander in these up-and-coming holiday weeks ahead. So get prepared, get out, shop for your Thanksgiving meal, and get ready for a beautiful Thanksgiving. We have a lot to be thankful for. Bye-bye now. God bless you all.
Bye.